Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Redesigned. My name is Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And we are here, and believe it or not, we are not in a tropical rainforest, Carrie. We are here today in Thousand Trails, Orlando. And if you're looking behind us and you're saying, hey, that looks like nothing we've ever seen before, that's the exact purpose of this video. We're going to show you some things that we've noticed about Thousand Trails, Orlando that are farly different from what we've seen in other videos and what we've also read online before we came here. Full disclosure, Carrie and I are Thousand Trails members. We paid for our membership out of our own pocket. We sold everything in 2022, including the house, the furniture, anything that was nailed or not nailed down, as the saying goes, and we have hit the road full time in our RV. Along with that has come an amazing adventure as we start to travel within the Thousand Trails and Encore networks. And one of the things that we decided right off the bat was we were not going to go to the most widely known Thousand Trails. We are not going to go to the best rated Thousand Trails. We are going to go immediately, no questions asked, to the most controversial Thousand Trails in the system. And this here is Thousand Trails Orlando, as it's affectionately called by many a member, TTO. Now, this is one of those places that you either love it or you hate it, but we're going to show you why Thousand Trails Orlando has a little bit of something for everyone. All right, so now, did you know, Carrie, that in addition to hosting 1,100 plus campground sites, that this is also a nature preserve? Now, keep in mind that we've seen things here from gators to lizards to cranes to ducks to like all kinds of wildlife just wandering around.
I always miss it.
Carrie always seems to miss the gators, but the point being here is that you are in an active nature preserve, and it really does show. And I think a lot of the things that we see online and we read online kind of forget that part, because it's an important piece to the Thousand Trails Orlando puzzle. Right now, behind us, as you can see down this dock here, is a nice little waterfront piece of land, property, whatever you want to call it, a lake, some would even say a body of water, with plenty of fishing. If you're adventurous and you want to go out there with the gators, they even have boats and kayaks for rent that you can take out here. I've even seen some people heading down here with one of those air rafts, towing a dog behind.
The paddle boards, and he's in his little life preserver.
Yeah, so I mean, there's plenty of things to do here, and especially I think this place houses a couple of dog parks and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is walk you through this property, and we're going to show you the differences that I think a lot of YouTubers leave out. Okay, and if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to show you what quite possibly could be the most hidden spot here that I think a lot of people just simply overlook because it's just out of the way.
It's massive. This place is massive.
So for full disclosure, again, we stayed on, what road are we on?
Jewel Fish,
and we were in the back of the section because we chose not to stay in the new section or even the new old section. When we bring you up there, we're going to give you the reasons why, because that may be something for you or may not be something that you're interested in. That's the beautiful part about Thousand Trails Orlando, is that they have a little something for everybody here, no matter what your camping style is. Let's go to the next section. So are you looking for a romantic getaway with your best gal pal, and you don't want to know anything about RV life or anything like that? Dude, they have you covered here too. This is what's called the Getaway Club. This is a series of cabin rentals in a small little section all by themselves that are catering to people who don't want to bring an RV down, who are just here for a quick getaway. Because remember, folks, what you're dealing with here is this area is all about destination, destination, destination. You are close to Disney parks, so only being a few minutes away, the Universal Studios, all the things that Orlando has to offer without the necessary Orlando price tags. Now, we'll leave links to the website here for Thousand Trails Orlando so you can get an idea of what these places are costing per month as a non-member or member. But they have great names: tortoise, crane, rattlesnake, stuff like that. I'm telling you, every time that we see a setup like this, we are absolutely impressed, because most of the time, if we want to just go somewhere, sometimes bringing that RV is a big expense and it's a lot of hassle, especially if you've got little ones in tow. Things like this make sure that everybody's included, and I think it's a great value added service to the community. Awesome things. So we're going to take you next into another spot that's a little weird because you have sections here. And this is at the beginning of the video where I said that there's something here for everybody. This is what's going to show you that part right now. We have the old new section, we have the new section, we have the old section, and we have the what the heck is that section. And then we have a section that probably nobody ever talks about. So again, stay with us. This will all make sense if you stay to the end. Okay, now an interesting fact for you, the perimeter of this entire campground is 2.5 miles, in case I haven't addressed that already. Because Carrie and I walk this about 3 times a day as part of our new fitness goals for 2023. Lucky her. So what we're here dealing with now is what is... Nobody send the feds. No. She's okay. What we're seeing here is what is called the old new section and then part of the new section. So basically what this is a concrete jungle, and it is all brand new concrete pads, new wiring, new water. These are all new sites is basically what this is. The problem with this site, if you look behind this, is you see this whole aisleway. It's kind of like one of those track home where you just come in and they just put out a whole bunch of neighborhoods all at once. No real shade, and I will tell you that where we are now, and we'll show you that towards the end of the video, is night and day here as far as the heat goes. We can walk past our end, which is relatively in the trees, come out here and it's just wide open sun, and it's hot. That being said, if you have a Class A or new rig, something like that, and this is really where you'd probably want to be, because the odds of being a little more level come with that, and definitely increase there. So we'll show you that, and then I'm going to show you now the new section.
Okay.
I'll tell you, some of this is kind of crazy, but for reference here, this is the corner of Tiki and Skimmer Road. And so you're right off the main artery here, which is Thousand Trails Boulevard. So let's go on to the next section, and we'll show you that. Okay, and now before I get into where we are, a couple of things to remember that as you hit, as we were just talking about in the previous segment, that as you hit these new and old new sections, remember that there's no tree coverage, right? The funny part about this park is that depending on which area you're in, the temperature can vary widely. Yeah, it is absolutely funny. Here we are, and it's a little bit of light rain out here now, but high humidity on this side, as we only have smaller little pockets of water here. As you get onto the other side of the RV park, it is noticeably cooler and a lot less humid. So pretty interesting. But behind us, as Carrie and I step apart for you guys to see, this here is the new section. Now you'll notice that the new section is probably not much different than the new old section or the old new section or whatever, but it's all on the right hand side as you come in. Now for some reason, everybody wants to be over here because I guess it's the new hotness. It's kind of like that new kid in school that everybody wanted to climb up on. This is the section right here. Now I'm just saying that, you know, you and I have been around a while, we've been to a few schools, but this is something I just don't understand. We've seen people come out, they're mad about this section. So if you really want to get here and get this section, you need to be kind of first in line.
They're on their phone jumping around going, I'm right here, I'm right here.
And
ooh, sorry.
Sometimes they smack their husbands. But that's exactly the point. Now, arriving at Thousand Trails Orlando is an experience in and of itself. So here they have a relatively long, what they call driveway that goes out to the main road. And if you are on that main road, as we have seen and heard 1,000 times, you will get a ticket by the local police department. They don't play around, but once you're on Thousand Trails Boulevard, you're pretty much safe. That being said, they don't let anybody in at 11:59. They don't let anybody in at 11:59 and 45 seconds. You will be waiting until 12 o'clock exactly to come in. Now, if you're older like Carrie and I, and you're wiser like Carrie and I, you'll show up around 1:30, because by then everybody's done. You'll zoom in and zoom out. Our check-in process really was about 5-10 minutes long. In fact, we mentioned on our travel day video coming down here that Carrie was picked up by Tammy Sue, Tammy Sue, we love you.
You're awesome.
She is probably one of the best camp hosts here, and this goes for the entire staff. They are incredibly friendly. But Tammy Sue took Carrie around the RV park in the lower half and said, we've got your hookup, and even offered to put us up in the new section the next day, and we said,
no,
we're good. But again, if this is your style of camping, you'll love it here because this rivals anything that we've seen new up and down the East Coast. So now we're going to go wander around over here. We're going to bring you over to the next section. And we're going to show you a whole different side of this park. I'm telling you, this thing has more personalities than you do. It's crazy.
Okay, Chuck.
Let's go. Now we're taking it down Turbo Road in the new section. Now if you look over to the left just quietly and then you snoop right back, you'll see YouTubers all over the place. Just on the left hand side as we sneak over there, but we didn't show you, is Everyday Getaway. Now we're not going to go bothering Chris and his wife because we're nice people, but we are going to say that if you want to check out a great channel, check out Everyday Getaway.
You'll see some Everyday Getaway.
Well, you can check out everybody's getaway. They will love you for it, and they're great people. And this is one thing that's awesome about this campground is that everybody comes here because it truly is a favorite of many people for many different reasons. Now here we are under a tree because it's Florida and it rains about every 5 minutes. Now, smarter YouTubers would have picked a day that it doesn't rain, but let's face it, I've never been accused of being too bright as I get beamed in the dome by rain. Now, when we talk about 1,000 Trails Orlando having a little something for everybody, either I'm on a stump or you feel shorter than usual, but that's okay. They have they have a little something for everybody. Penelope. All right, so behind us we have mini golf, which is fun for all ages. We have some pickleball courts, which I'm not quite sure what pickleball is. And if it involves pickles, maybe I'll check it out sometime because he loves a good pickle. And they have basketball. And to that building back there, okay, they have 2 pools and a hot tub. Now, Carrie and I don't partake in the pools here because there's a lot of kids. And we've learned that lesson not to swim with kids in the pool. But they do have a small camp store and they have a post office here. Now, their little post office here accept packages only. They don't accept just regular mail in an envelope.
I believe so.
Last I knew, nope, it's just packages only, and they do charge $5 per package.
Penelope's not so smart.
That may seem, I'm not falling for it again, Penelope, that may seem a little high for some of you, but I gotta say that we've been at a lot of resorts this year, and a lot of resorts that are offering free mail service are kind of dropping the ball because they're just throwing it in piles amongst everybody else. We've had people pick up our packages accidentally. We've had some people pick up our packages on purpose, and things of that nature. I will gladly pay $5 for my parcels to make sure that they're delivered to us. And when you go to pick it up, not pick it in, but when you go in to pick it up. When you go in to pick it up, boy, she's all over me today. Woo. And normally that's a good thing, but for this video, Penelope, this is not good. All right, stay with me now. Damn it. Okay, so if you're going in to pick up the packages, make sure you have your photo ID because no ID, no package for you. And then you're going to be like us and have to walk back and get your ID to come back to get your package. Now that being said, we're going to wait for the rain to die down, hopefully. And like I said, it is Florida, so it should only be about 5 minutes. But if you look at this little area here, they have a nice thing if you want to do an outside church service. They have a nice little community area for a fire pit and all that stuff. Really, really well done here. And again, this is part of a nature preserve. So you have to be careful and mindful of any body of water that you see here on property. As the signs say, everywhere you go in Florida, if there is a body of water, you are to assume that there's gators and snakes in there. And as we've seen pictures, there are gators that wander around. Before we go on to the next section, I do want to stop and jump in here real quick. One, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel because Carrie likes to get rain in her eye, and that's actually not rain, folks. That's a tear because she's excited about how much growth we've had over the past couple of months. But really, what I wanted to say is that before you go to any of these parks, whether it be 1,000 Trails, a state park, a resort, or anything, there's usually, this rain is coming down hard, there's usually a Facebook group to join, and 1,000 Trails Orlando has you covered with that. They have a Facebook group for that covers pretty much about anything. There's dog walking, notary, RV, cleaning your poo tank, or there's people literally that will come out and clean your tanks out for you. Anything wash and wax your rig. There's anything else that you need, they will come out.
Yeah.
There's somebody here that's just awesome about this place, and one of the only times we've ever seen such a thing that they'll come out and do it. And then as far as activities go, because I'm trying to drag this out because again, it's coming down good.
It really
Inside
is.
that same building back there, they have a lot of activities. I'll edit that out.
No.
So they have a lot of activities, folks, including bingo and something that we had never heard of.
Meat bingo.
Meat bingo is literally a thing. You pay like $10
Yep.
and you win meat. It's like, if you like meat, that's great. I'm assuming you just win, they just hand you loose chuck. I'm not quite sure.
Or maybe you can pick your own meat.
Maybe
Can you pick your own meat?
You can pick your own seat, but I don't know if you can pick your own meat. But at any rate, they have a little something for everybody, and everybody has said it's been a fantastic time. We are here during Easter weekend, and they had the Easter Bunny was here. They had eggs for all the little kids, and I think everybody had a good time.
There was a lady, and I don't know her name, but she crocheted little bunnies, and she spread them out amongst the park for anyone to find. I think there were like 15 of them. Still don't know if they were all found yet.
So I want to do.
Pretty cool.
I wanted to do a little bit of a precursor to the rest of this park. Now we've shown you all the good, okay, and what people consider the new old, the old new. We've covered all that. Now the next part of the park we're going to show you. There's just a word of caution. There are parts that need a little bit of repair. There's a part, that just may not be up to the standards of new, right? That being said, you are in a destination area, and not everybody that is camping near you, around you, on top of you, has the same skill set that you have. A lot of these are families that just come out a couple of times a year and may not know that they shouldn't drag their leveling jacks across the pad.
Or their stairs.
Or stuff like that. So you do run into a lot of things where, it's a lot of novices here. And with that becomes, people that drive up on the grass, people that tear apart concrete pads and everything else. With this capacity of this park, say it's 98% occupied at all times, right? It's hard to keep up with that maintenance. So they do a great job where they can. There's some parts where they still need to work on it, but at the same time, capacity it's a thing here. So just keep that in mind and keep an open mind as we cover the next sections. Are you ready to go in the rains in the next section?
I have never been more ready for anything in my life.
Well, let me tell you folks, 28 years of marriage, she still loves to follow me everywhere.
We're here, aren't we?
Okay.
Isn't that theirs, though?
No.
Are you sure?
I hope not. Well, anyhow, so here we are. We're trying to hide from other YouTubers. You ever do that before? We actually had the awesome thing to meet Wayward Wags and Everyday Getaway, and I had been in the middle of a 5-mile walk, and I smelt really bad, but we got to meet them, and I'm trying to hide my enthusiasm because I'm a big fan of theirs. So I was trying to be professional, but little did they know that inside I'm going, yeah.
He's going, Elvis.
And we just decided to stop randomly here in the middle of the road because this is the older section. They wanted to give that shot, and I think we just snuck up on their rig, and now they're probably looking out the window going, what the hell are these people doing? But my point again is that there's tons of YouTubers here, so we're going to step away. As you can see down here, you have a nice old section where you end up looking at some of these parts here that, this is what they call the old section. Now, admittedly, some of these look really great shape, and there was nothing that they needed to have upgraded.
Told you.
However, some of the older places on the other side of the park is where it gets a little rusty. But again, this is Jewelfish. This is number 55.
That's
and moving through. And if Justin, if you see this, I'm really sorry. That's their rig. And I really, if you want to have a little bit of transparency here, Carrie and I are walking around with about a 6-foot tripod because we were just trying
There's no hiding.
There's no hiding. We're trying to get this video done because we've been here for almost 2 weeks. Thursday is our 28th wedding anniversary. By the time this video comes out, will be about a week or so after. So we have a lot going on, but we wanted to make sure that we did a video here. And so now I have a feeling that there's some YouTubers who think I'm stalking them. And again, it really wasn't. That was a really fake coincidence. And I'm sorry if you guys see this video.
Instagram family as well.
Oh, geez. So, yeah, there's a lot of...
The wild thornberries.
A lot of personalities here. Now here is an example of some of the older sites here. You have, this is F71. As you can see, this one here has no concrete pad, but it does have full hookups. But again, that, and with F72. That being said, as I hold this gigantic tripod, that being said, again, this is rivaling any state park that we've been to. So now stick around, we're going to show you the secret spot that Carrie and I wish we had seen when we first got here, because we would have gone there. And we're going to share it with you. Be right back. All right, now that we've spooked out every YouTuber in the whole park, and I swear I wasn't stalking you guys, but then again, you never know. We have found the perfect spot. Now I'm going to be a little quiet here because I don't want to interrupt anybody's day here, but this is right off of Jewelfish, and this is Mako Road, M-A-K-O, and it has these little cottages here, but right in the center is a whole bunch of RV sites with full hookups, and it's great. Every time that we've come down here, it has been pin drop quiet here, and that is incredible, because there's certain parts, like if you get right in the center of this park, there's a lot of kids, and there's a big open field there, and it can be really loud. This was quiet as heck. And it's so quiet, Carrie, that I'm going to jump in and I'm going to tell you about internet coverage here. So right off the bat, Starlink works pretty well at about 59 megs down. Upload speeds were a little bit disappointing, around 2 megs up. T-Mobile, for the most part, it didn't really do so well for us. During the nighttime was really good, but because the amount of people who are using it in the area, I think the cell towers are a little overwhelmed. So we got about maybe 150 down, but almost nothing for an upload speed. Verizon came in at the best with about 55 to 90 megs down and about 4 or 5 uploads. So I've been more than able to do my work here, but and upload videos to you guys, but at the same time, just know that it's a big area.
People here.
Yeah, it's a lot of congestion and everything else. And before we leave, if you need to go to a Walmart, to come out of here and you take a U-turn and take a left, there's a Walmart about a mile down the road. I'd skip that one. Instead, I'd come out of the park and I'd take a right and drive for about 15 minutes, and there's one on the right-hand side. Much better inventory, much cleaner, much newer. And besides, you might meet an old lady driving around in a scooter who just wants to chat for 45 minutes.
Aww.
Yeah, looking for Easter candy.
Yes.
So now we're going to take you down to our final stop. We're going to take you down to our site.
Outside.
I'm on this side now. Well, every day is a good day on Shapiro Street. Now, one day we'll let you in on that little secret, but we always like to put out a little sign out in front that lets everybody know that you're at Shapiro Street and this is Bob and Carrie's place. Some old signs kids gave us a while back and names and stuff like that. But at any rate, this is Site 422 on Jewelfish, and this has been home for Carrie and I for the past 2 weeks. And as you can see, we have trees over above. We have a nice pad here, a nice picnic table, which a lot of them are being replaced at this point as well. We've had fantastic neighbors who we didn't even have to talk to because we just said hello and we were good. We had neighbors over here that we don't even know who they are. It's been great. This has been perfect setting for us. And then that is the big key here, is just, you know, the ability to come in and have a good time as long as you know what to expect ahead of time. I think that is basically the message that we're getting across. Thousand Trails Orlando has been a fantastic place for us to just kind of chill out and relax. Us being from in the Orlando area numerous times, did not need to go out and take in the festivities anywhere in theme parks and everything. This was a nice place for us to charge our batteries and just to get things done, which needed to be done. So this has been really good. In fact, we've only left a couple of times, and I've only gone through a quarter tank of gas in 2 weeks. So that means I've only gone about 10 miles. So that's pretty good.
Yay.
So other than that, we hope you enjoyed this little bit of a different kind of look, hopefully, for Thousand Trails Orlando. And we definitely recommend stopping in here. We know that this is our first stop on the Thousand Trails network here, and we'll be coming to you guys from the Florida Keys. We'll be in Sunshine
Yes, I
Key
can't
along with
wait.
Fiesta Key, and we'll report back on those as well. But for our first stop, I'm glad that we chose this park because of the controversy, because of the different types of ratings, because if this is as bad as it gets, then life is smooth
It's gonna be a
sailing.
good time.
So if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. We kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel because
Yes.
a lot of you have. And anything else you want to add there?
Please, PSA from Penelope, hit the little notification button, please.
Because if you don't hit the notification bell,
yeah,
she is
I
very
get really
pissy.
upset
And we don't
pissy
like that.
and just bitchy.
That's it. That's all we get to say. So we'll see you next time.